The fall economic statement will be focused on things like competitiveness and the focus on drawing the benefit from the great trade deals we've been signing and moving forward on over the past years.
To do this, the Liberals have come up with more than $16 billion in new investments and tax breaks for businesses. But that will mean continued deficits. Remember that promise to balance things by next year? Well, there is no balanced budget for the foreseeable future. All of this is essentially a response to an unpredictable U.S. administration, one with protectionist impulses, low corporate taxes, and very deep pockets. As David Cochrane explains, it's clear the Trudeau government has a lot riding on the outcome.
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Like everything these days, Bill Morneau's fiscal update is a response to President Donald Trump. One series of measures to respond to U.S. tax cuts.
To encourage businesses to invest in their own growth and create more good, well-paying jobs.
Others to steer Canada away from its dependence on the U.S. market.
Just because we share a trade agreement with the United States doesn't mean we'll always agree with their approach.
Those are the goals. Here's how the Liberals want to get there. To stay competitive with the U.S., there are billions in tax cuts for businesses to help them expand and buy equipment over the next 5 years. A 100% write-off for manufacturing and processing equipment. A 100% write-off for clean tech investment. Tripling the write-off for all other business investments. There's also more than $1 billion to diversify trade, including cash to boost roads, rails, and ports to get goods to Asia and Europe.
The Canadians will get the bill.
But the Conservatives warn this all comes with a big cost.
They are putting our future in a reckless state of danger by spending our tomorrow on their today.
That's right.
The tax cuts guarantee deficits as far as the eye can see, adding $100 billion to the debt over the next 6 years. The NDP says the bulk of that is going to the wrong people.
It looks like, and it's very clear that the Liberals are playing Santa Claus for rich corporations and Scrooge for everyday families struggling to get by.
The reality is the Liberals didn't have a lot of choice but to make these tax cuts. Trump's tax cuts have pushed the U.S. deficit to historic levels, but they've made it far more attractive for companies to invest south of the border, a challenge Canada could not leave unanswered.
We could have ignored the concerns of business leaders, decided not to make the investments and the changes that are part of the fall economic statement, and we would have had a lower deficit as a result. To do so would be neither a rational response nor a responsible one.
In other words, the cost of doing nothing was higher than the cost of doing something. David Cochrane, CBC News, Ottawa.